Hi, this is Steve Rowe from Rowe Productions, and of course Mortification and One Rowe Vision, and I'm answering my very first question of the week, and it's the 5th of August today, and the first question is from Sam Reese from the USA, and Sam's question is, at what point do you think a band goes from being a Christian or ministry band to being just a positive band? Or worded another way, what are the criteria in your mind for a band to be considered Christian or ministry or just positive? Now let me start by saying the most important thing for a Christian or ministry band is for all of the people in the band to be leading and walking a daily walk with Jesus and having a daily walk of repentance, and also be in the Word and following the Word and living up to the Word, and be prepared to do that for the rest of your life. Now, for example, I've been doing Christian rock and metal music for 26 years, and I made a decision way back in 1984 that I was going to always follow Jesus to the best of my ability. And of course there's been a lot of a falling away with people. So a ministry band in essence has to be people with a common view with two main points. Number one, a ministry band should have in their lyrics uplifting words from the Bible and about Christianity to uplift their brothers and sisters. In my view, the only bands that should be sold in Christian bookstores or be playing at Christian festivals are ministry bands, because we go into a Christian bookstore to buy what? A Christian book, a Bible, and Christian music. But what we're actually getting in the bookstores these days are bands with a positive worldview and a whole bunch of other stuff. I mean, the Christian bookstores are not really Christian bookstores anymore when they have a world religions section which contains books from other religions. Now those religions would not contain the Bible, so I don't know how that works. Now, in essence, I'm not against a band with a positive worldview, but a band with a positive worldview is not going to have an aim to lead people to Jesus, right? So, if there's a Christian or a bunch of Christians or bands that just want to be positive, they should be out in the mainstream music market. I don't have a problem with that. People know, but I also look at like a lot of mainstream bands. Now, all of you guys can imagine, like with a band like Megadeth, you've now got both Dave Mustaine and Dave Ellefson in Megadeth saying, we are public Christians. And yet I doubt that Dave Mustaine or Dave Ellefson would ever say, I want Megadeth albums in Christian bookstores. But I guess if you look at it from this point of view, that maybe having Megadeth saying we're public Christians, having them in the Christian bookstores may even be better than these bands that are just saying, well, we've got a positive worldview in the Christian bookstores. But so try and work out the value of that. And, you know, positive worldview bands are great, but go out into the mainstream, and I think that, you know, ministry bands are the bands that are dying at the moment, which is really, really sad, because that's been the focus of what I've done my whole life, it is the ministry band thing. And the bands that present Jesus to uplift Christians also need to have another viewpoint to reach out, of course, to the lost. They need to have a vision to see people run to Jesus and personal faith in Jesus. So, for example, we started on Christian labels in Australia and in the US, and then we connected with Nuclear Blast, which is a major secular label in Europe, and from that we were able to play with Full Force Festival, which is a huge German outdoor festival back in the 90s. And of course we played on the same stage, on the main stage, with Napalm Death, Entombed, Sick of It All, these calibre of bands, and then there's 7,000 people there, majority who are non-Christians, who are listening to evangelistic Christian music. So give or take what you can from that. That's kind of how I see it. So keep sending your questions in every week, and it'll be good to answer a few of them. Please remember to go to roweproductions.com, and I know a lot of you have been watching YouTube, and I'm a fan of YouTube as well. What I always do, if I like a video clip, I always like to go and buy the DVD. I know that there are, you know, a number of people out there who have watched hundreds of thousands of versions of Scrolls of the Megaloth on YouTube. Now, that video is on a DVD called Live Planetarium, which if you go to Rowe Productions site and click the store, you can go and buy that DVD for $14. Okay, do that. And also go to roweproductions.com. Please check out the Infiltration Squad. Come and join me on the Infiltration Squad Facebook. There are a lot of Christian forums out there full of negativism. I don't think as born-again Christians that we need to be part of that. And I'm wanting the Infiltration Squad Facebook to be a place where people can come and join as a group and discuss topics relating to ministry, music, and anything else relevant in a manner that has no negativism and that can be a haven for people. And it's not some exclusive club or anything. It's just something where Christians can join together. So thank you, and join in next week for the question of the week next week.